Hello and welcome to a quick little airport CEO tutorial. Today we are talking about baggage, all about baggage. This is a quick little airport I put together in sandbox mode. It is running reasonably smoothly. We have two medium aircraft stands. The only problem is we have no baggage. So today I want to take you through the process of setting up a baggage for the very first time. So what we can do is we can go ahead and pause the game. I've already sort of designated a little area over here where I want to have the baggage. And the first thing you will probably want to build is your baggage bay. Now, I like to set this back a little bit away from the service road, just so that vehicles don't get backed up too much here. In this little airport with just two stands, that's not really going to be an issue, but we're going to do it anyway. Then we'll jump into our infrastructure, grab ourselves a service road, and we can just draw that right down to connect to our pre-existing service road. That is pretty much all we need to do with the baggage bay. The only thing you can do if you really want to is color the floor in here so it looks a little bit more like it matches. But that is purely aesthetic. From there, you are going to need check-in desks that can accept baggage. So that it comes in the form of two different terminals. You can either use the medium check-in desk, which is manned, or you can use the baggage drop. Either will work. If you use the baggage drop, you will need a small self-check-in desk. Otherwise, it will not function. But today, we're going to go with the medium check-in desks that are manned. From there, you need to connect these up to your baggage bay. But before we connect them directly to this, we need to run this baggage through some scanning. So to set that up, what I like to do personally is go into my baggages and go for a high-speed escalator down. And you basically just want to place one of these at every single conveyor belt that is currently accepting baggage. So as soon as we place all of these in, we can then hit page down, and this takes us underground. This is where all of our baggage is going to be routed. But before we do that, we need to set up our security. So in order to scan baggage correctly, and this is coming straight from the wiki, and as far as I can tell, it's worked pretty well for me in the past. By the way, if you hit Z or Z, it turns off the room overlay and it's a little bit easier to see. What I like to do is I like to throw down my tier 1 scanner here, then go through each of the tier 2 scanners. These are going to be connected to the bad baggage that comes out of the tier 1. We can go first one there and just align these up in a row like so. Nice and simple. And fifth one here. From there, anything that's bad from that, we want to come out and go through two tier 3 scanners. And you want to connect the tier 3 scanners up just like this, so anything good is running into the second one. This just prevents mistakes, basically. If your security gets something wrong or they're sleeping on the job, there is a backup. And from here, we just grab ourselves some high-speed conveyor belts and connect everything up. So these connect up like this, these connect up like this, that connects up there, and then anything good is going to run straight along here and go back into this belt. So this is our good belt. These are all our bad belts. From there, we can grab ourselves a baggage destroyer. Hit Z again to turn that off. We can place that in right there and connect that up with our high-speed conveyor belt. Now, of course, we do need to get our baggage into here. So to do that, I like to use a high-speed escalator up. You want to line this up so that the belt side is away from the input. Hit page down, place that in there, and if you come back up, you should see that line up nicely. From here, we also need to get this end to connect to our conveyor belt system. So if we go ahead and hit B, we can see the arrows. We need these to come in here. So we can grab ourselves another high-speed escalator up. Make sure that black part is lined up on the opposite side that you want. Hit page down, and that can be placed in right about there. And then we need a escalator down. This will come into the good side of our baggage scanning belt. Hit page down, and now we just need to connect these two up to each other. That should be pretty straightforward if we just use some high-speed conveyor belt. We can go up and across and up, and that should connect in nicely. Now we need to connect all of our baggage drop points to our input. So that's pretty straightforward as well. Go to around about there, come back down and straight into our input. Now, as you can see, our baggage gets dropped down here, goes underground, comes back up through our security system, back underground and into our baggage bay. So that's all said and done. That should work nicely. The only thing that we need to do now is connect all of these baggage check-in areas to our baggage bay. Simple as that. If you click on one and then shift click the rest, you should be able to select multiple and do them all at once. The next thing we need to do is organize our baggage claim area. And this is pretty straightforward. We'll just use our conveyor belt, and since everyone is exiting over on this side here, we can basically just make a nice big loop to go around here. So I'm going to do this, I don't know, maybe 2 back from the door, run all the way down, make sure that we have even spacing just because I like it to look nice. And where did we go back? 2 back from the door, so around there. I'm going to leave a gap in the middle of this just because I can. And that can go straight back up into there. That is our baggage bay loop. From there, we need to designate that as a baggage claim area. That's done. From there, we can go ahead and open that room. The final thing we need to do is connect this up. So if we use an escalator up, we can go ahead and put this in, say, it doesn't really matter where you put it. We'll put it in right down the end here. So again, the way that you want it to go is the side you want your belt not to be on. You want the gray side where your belt is going to run. Hit page down, place that in, and just come up here and double check that that is connected properly. From there, we need to run back over to our baggage bay, grab ourselves a high-speed escalator down. That can connect to the baggage bay. And then the only thing we need to do is connect these up. Now, if you have belts in the way, you can go down again and run them underneath that. But I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to run it around the long way. So we'll come straight down here. I like to leave a gap just in case they want to be a little bit silly. That can run to there and straight up into our baggage bay. Simple as that. So our baggage should now come in, underground, up to our security, back underground into our baggage bay. Any baggage coming off the plane should get loaded into our baggage bay, underground, and to our baggage claim area. Now, if you want to make this look a little bit nicer, we can do a couple of different things to make that happen. At the moment, people will walk over this belt, and that doesn't look particularly good. So what I like to do is go ahead and designate the center section of this as a staff zone, like so. And that just means passengers won't walk in the middle. You can decorate this however you like. You can put hedges or something in there if you wanted to. And you know what? We might even just do that just for the sake of it. So if we go ahead and grab ourselves a hedge, we can place that in, and that will also prevent people from walking in there. But that is now our baggage bay, so people should come out of security, grab their baggage, and head on their way. We do have to do a couple more things still. We need to open this baggage bay, but we cannot because it's not connected to aircraft stands yet. So go ahead and select both of your aircraft stands. Connect these to your baggage bay, please. Thank you. We can't do this while there are flights still here. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss both these aircraft. You could also, of course, just wait. But now that this aircraft is gone, in just a second here, it should be gone. Now it's gone. You can go ahead and connect this right one to the baggage bay, and we can do the same with this as soon as that plane leaves. These are now connected to our baggage bay. We can now turn our baggage bay on, and the final thing we need to do is connect our baggage claim to our baggage bay. Now, you will need to make sure that you hire ramp agents to work the baggage bay. Depending on how many aircraft stands you have hooked up to this, you may need to increase the amount of ramp agents working at it. I do have some ramp agents hired, so they should go ahead and fill that up. I've also designated this as a staff room, and it only allows security officers and ramp agents to use. That means we'll always have security officers and ramp agents in the area to service our baggage bay system. And with that all said and done, the only thing left to do is jump into your operations, turn on Jet A1 fuel service enabled because I forgot before, and turn on baggage handling services enabled. At this point, everything should be hooked up and working. We're going to wait for our next plane to come in here. Just double check that everything is working the way that it should be. I have a feeling it will be. And then from there, that is baggage handling all said and done. Of course, you will need to research everything before you can get this set up, but that's about it. It's simple as that. It does look a little bit daunting when you first look at it, but that's all you need. You need a baggage bay, you need a security scanning area, you need baggage drops and a baggage claim, and then just remember to connect everything up because that can be a problem. There is also one more thing you need. You need vehicles to handle your baggage. So let's go ahead and sort that out. We go into purchase vehicles, we'll filter by all so nothing is selected. We can jump into baggage. For small aircraft, you will just need full force baggage trucks. Doesn't matter which one you get. For medium aircraft, you will need to add a small hauler belt loader truck, and for large aircraft, you will need to add a large carrier belt loader truck. No matter the size of the stand, you will need the base level baggage trucks, but for the medium, you'll also need one of these, and for the large, you'll need one of these. So we have 2 stands, so I'm going to go ahead and grab myself 2 small hauler belt loader trucks, order those, and I'll also grab 3 large full force baggage trucks because I like to work off a system where I assign one to each stand and then have half the amount of baggage trucks assigned to the depot. That just means they can help when, so once the aircraft comes in, the baggage truck will grab the baggage, bring it down here, and then another truck needs to come and bring the baggage from the baggage bay up to the stand. So I like to have 3. As soon as they arrive, we should be able to go into our vehicle overview and assign a belt loader truck to each of these terminals, assign a baggage truck to each of these terminals, and the spare one we are just going to assign to the depot. And that should be everything working. You can see our belt loader truck coming in here, grabbing the baggage off of our plane. That's all working fine. That will then go onto the truck, onto the baggage truck. The baggage truck will then make its way all the way down here to the baggage bay. It will unload that onto the baggage bay. That will get sent off to the baggage claim area. And I don't know if people managed to get that check-in done, but as soon as the next plane comes in, we should see some baggage going through our security area and being loaded onto the next plane. So I'll fast forward until that is happening. We'll be back in a little bit. And that is happening now. You can see our first piece of baggage going through, and it looks like these ones are all good to go. But as soon as we get a bad one, which we do now, you can see this is type checked in baggage, content unknown. It will go through each of these scanners and should update as soon as it finds something, if it finds something, and it does. It found drugs, ? So we're not 100% sure if that does have drugs. It's gone through the tier 3 scanner and they have confirmed that it does in fact have drugs. You can see here this one was content snuff, but that is apparently fine. It went through both of our tier 3s. And then that will go underground all the way back up and into our baggage bay. From there, we should see a truck coming over on to grab all of this. Should happen any minute now. I'll fast forward until that's happened. Here comes our baggage truck now. It should pull up our ramp agents. We'll load everything onto that truck and then we'll go ahead and follow this truck if I can select it. Might have to wait until it leaves. There we go. We'll go ahead and follow this truck up to the aircraft and they will load that on using the belt loader. But you can see here what I mean. This belt loader, this baggage truck is currently grabbing stuff off. This one is ready to go. So having that extra one just helps to speed things up. So if I had 6 small stands, I would have 6 assigned to 1 on each stand and then an additional 3 assigned to a depot so that we can get things moving a little bit quicker. That baggage is now on that aircraft. Everything is complete bar boarding and they are happy and ready to leave. And as you can see here, everything should be correct. This currently says 90%, but that's, I think, just because we haven't had it for very long. That should all go up to 100% very, very quickly. And that is how you deal with baggage in Airport CEO. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tutorial. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit like, and leave a comment for the sake of engagement. Until next time, happy building, happy flying. Bye, guys.